Defensive end O.C. Umenyiora played a huge part in that Giants Super Bowl win, and O.C. joins us on behalf of 5 Hour Energy, something I can use right about now. I love that stuff. Hey, O.C., how much do you think about that Super Bowl 3 years ago? Look at it. He's a product guy. Placement. There you go.
Let me see. I think about it a lot. Obviously, it was one of the greatest games in NFL history, well, Super Bowls anyway, and you know, just the way everything played out, it was an outstanding memory and something I'll never forget.
A lot of great memories and a lot of memorable moments. Which one stands out the most to you?
Just the way we were able to get after Tom Brady in the game. You know, everybody not giving us a shot, and you know, Eli throwing that pass to him, Plaxico Burress at the end of the game for us winning it, and it was just outstanding.
It was, man. That catch right there was unbelievable. David Tyree going down in Giants history as one of the greatest catches in Super Bowl history. Let's talk about this game, though. Aaron Rodgers, of course, I know you remember this, lit up your defense back in Week 16, man. I hate to remind you, he threw for 4 touchdowns in that game. Despite that hiccup, though, what is key for the Steelers defense against him in that offense on Sunday?
They can't allow them to run the football. I think you know, they've done a good job of that for the last 20 years, I would say. Pittsburgh has a playing run defense, so they can't give them any chance of running the football if they're going to have a chance to stay in this game. If you give Aaron Rodgers the ability to run and pass the football, it's going to be a long day for Pittsburgh.
You mentioned Aaron Rodgers and his ability to run the ball. Both quarterbacks hard to tackle, though. As you mentioned, Aaron is elusive, Big Ben. He's just big. So in your opinion, as a defensive end or as a defender, which one is more difficult to face as a pass rusher?
Probably Aaron Rodgers. I think, you know, Big Ben, you know, obviously he's a bigger guy, but he stands in the pocket a little bit, so he's going to give you more opportunities to get to him. But the problem with him is bringing him down because he's so big. Rodgers, you just never know when he's going to take off, and he finds a way of beating you with his feet at the most opportune times for them. And if you're rushing up the field, or if you're doing inside rushes or doing outside rushes, and you don't have an eye on exactly where he is, he's going to hurt you. So I think I would say it's Aaron Rodgers.
Very fascinating right there. Let's talk about some of your fellow defensive players. Of course, both teams have guys who know how to get to the quarterback. Clay Matthews, James Harrison, both great linebackers. What about their games do you appreciate the most?
Well, Matthews, you just appreciate his hustle. You know, the way he never stops. He keeps on going after the quarterback no matter where he is. He's made a lot of his plays like that. He's relentless, he's tough, he's strong. You know, he's a good football player. And I think with a guy like with James Harrison, his leverage in rushing the passer, and he's a ferocious football player. He's trying to take your head off. He's strong. You know, he's smart. They're both very, very good football players.
They are definitely very good football players. Of course, you faced Green Bay once again early this season. Now, O.C., you're there in North Texas right now. Do you think about what could have been, man? It was you, the Giants, it was the Packers fighting for that one of the final playoff spots in the NFC. So what's kind of going through your mind right now, looking at Green Bay and seeing where they are right now and where you're sitting right now?
Well, first, I'm in North Texas, but it seems like New York because of all this, all this snow that they got going on out here. But I just chalk it up to one of those years. I think, you know, we've had our chance. We went to the Super Bowl. We won it. Every year is not going to be a great year. It's all ups and downs. And even though last year wasn't a great year, it still was a positive. You know, we had 10 wins, which is very, very difficult to do in the NFL. You know, wish we would have been here. I think if we were to beat either Green Bay or Philadelphia, I think we'd have a much better chance of being here. But, you know, those things happen. You know, we didn't get it done. All we can do is recuperate and come back next year and try to have a much better season. Yeah,
we'll see how you rebound there. Of course, you can't look over and worry about spilling milk. But you mentioned the weather there in North Texas. It's snowing behind you. It feels like it's New York. Yes. Of course, the Super Bowl is going to be in New York in 2014. Dallas, at least they got an indoor stadium, outdoor stadium in New York, as you know. You still think the Super Bowl in New York is a good idea?
That's what they wanted.
What about you? What about you as a player? Do you think it's a good idea?
You know, whatever's good for the NFL, man.
Come on,
I'm not answering that question, man. I'm not going to put my foot in my mouth. No way.
O.C.,
whatever's good for the NFL.
O.C., I think you've answered the question without answering the question already. There it is. All right, man. Sunday, you're going to enjoy the game down there as a fan. What's your prediction? Who's going to win it?
I'm picking the Packers. I'm picking the Packers to win this game. I think it's going to be 14-10. It's going to be a defensive struggle. I really like Pittsburgh, man. I like their head coach, man. He's a good coach, and I like their offense. I like the way they play defense, but I think overall Packers, I think they have something similar to what we had in 2007. I think they have a good chance of winning this football game.
All right, so you like them as the 6th seed, doing what you guys did a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, when you won in Arizona. All right, O.C. Umenyiora, man, hey, best of luck to you this offseason. I know you're coming back from hip surgery. Best of luck to you and the Giants as well, man. Try and get back to that big game next year.
Man, thank you guys so much, man. I appreciate it, Mike.